No music, no face cam, no nothing. Just gonna talk about this real quick. So about 8 p.m. last night, a thread goes up from Blazing Bochi that Lunar is playing the victim and treating people weren't just slandering for the sake of disliking him. The red flags keep getting brighter, etc., etc. And then about 30 minutes later, they started posting these stuff. So just a whole bunch of transphobia from Lunar. I'm not gonna read these out. You can use your eyes. It's on the screen, etc., 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 etc. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So essentially, I see this on my timeline, and typically I would defend Luna in situations like this, but this is like just blatant fucking transphobia. So I'm like, Luna, is this actually you? So I tag him in the Melty Blood Discord because he's usually around there, and I don't get a response. So I assume that he's asleep. However, the fact that this person goes, I do not know the source of these pictures, but I'm about to start posting. That immediately sets off a red flag, and I'm like, okay, this is possibly faked. Someone could have faked all this stuff about Luna because a lot of niggas in this community just completely despise him, and it wouldn't be completely out of left field if someone created all this shit about Luna just in order to make him look bad. Also, some of this stuff is like what 3 months old. It's like April earlier this year, and some of this is I think early June, not early June, early January. So the fact someone is holding on to these screenshots means that somebody probably had this like access to this way earlier, right? So my thing was like, why didn't they post it immediately, right? So I add him in the Melty Blood Discord, and no response. But it turns out about 40 minutes later, he starts streaming, right? So he's streaming, he's watching some technicals video. I'm not going to talk about technicals in this video, probably never actually. But he's watching some technicals video, and he says he's going to look at it after the video, which is weird. Red flag number one, right? But it's like, okay, whatever, I suppose. So he finishes watching the video. We see him react to the stuff online, and I'm like, okay, dude, is this you? Did you type this shit, or are they making up? And he's like, he starts laughing, and then he says, eh. And he's like, even if it's true, whether it's false, they're gonna hate me anyway. And in this case, yeah, this shit's real. Like, some of it is probably fake. Like, this one that's super duper blurry is either really fake or someone doesn't know which one is the blurry one. No, it's not this one. Fucking, where is it? There's one that's super duper blurry with Nicole, like Nicole from Zenless on Zero. This one might be fake, but the rest are probably real. Like, some of these are most definitely real. In which case, yeah, the dude deserves to get banned, and he got temporarily banned from Twitch yesterday during his stream because pretty much everyone in the Melty Blood community was at the stream seeing if he was actually getting framed for something he didn't do or if he actually did it. And once he gave that stupid response and once he started skirting around the question, it was pretty much clear to everyone that he did it. So he did the shit, okay? So he said all this stuff. And it's like, dude, really? You're gonna be this transphobic, hatred, and all this on Discord, and you're going to do it in a public Discord or Discord that's public enough that somebody's going to take all these pictures of you saying this shit, and you're going to get like, let me say this once and for all. Lunar did not deserve to be banned for the stuff that he was getting banned for before. Like, before, he was being banned because he was being an annoying lolicon on Twitter, which is whatever. People keep like, I don't understand why people who like lolly stuff on Twitter get banned from actual events, and then people will claim that the vibes are off about them, but they never go into specific detail or anything, and it pisses me off. So I was standing up for this guy and was saying that he should be unbanned for the shit that he was banned for before, and it was a good thing that Shinobi had him unbanned. And I completely agree with that statement until this stuff came out. For this is what the stuff that he actually deserves a ban for. Like, he's saying this old trans slur from like years ago. I haven't heard anyone say that slur for like 10 years. I didn't hear it since Facebook, pretty much. But like, dude. So now we're going to have a whole bunch of weirdos in the quote retreats. I'm not going to open them up here. Like Floats and some other people being like, well, we told you the vibes are off, and we told you that this guy was a danger to people, and it's like so annoying because people were calling him a pedophile. He's not an actual pedophile. He's just a bigot. just call him a bigot. And if you had access to these screenshots and you knew he was being bigoted in some private Discord and you didn't air him out for that earlier, faster, you're a weirdo. That's all. That's really all I have to say about it. So fuck Luna. I can't believe I ever defended you if you're gonna be a transphobic piece of shit on Discord where people are gonna take like. There's. Why would you ever type this stuff? Like, how hard is it to not like people and just go away and not like them? You don't have to generalize this shit, because I know the reason that he's like this is probably because he got banned from all his locals. Like, most of this is relatively recent, like this year. So I'm assuming that he got banned from all his locals, then he went down the alt-right pipeline or some shit, right? So it became like this because all the the people who banned him from his locals, he deemed them all as gay or trans or whatever, and he decided to become like this, right? And it's like, why? Like, he had an actual point before about how he was banned for pretty much no good reason. I don't know about other people who get banned. I know for a fact that the bans that Lunar was getting were not deserved, flat up. Because the reason for the bans that he was getting was because he liked lolly shit on Twitter and he was being annoying, right? But this is different. Like, this is like just blatant public transphobia that someone had access to for months and decided to only share now. This shit is not Spy v Spy, by the way. Why are you guys doing this? Why are you infiltrating Discords and then you see this pictures and then you're like gonna stow it away for later for your secret like, dude, why don't if you know this shit's true, why not immediately say it? Because then I saw people adding Shinobi, the Climax of the Night guy, being like, why didn't you ban this guy earlier? We told you that the dives are off and we were feeling unsafe around him. And it's like, the reasons that you were feeling unsafe around him before were not good. Okay, like Luna had like 2 sus moments before this. One of them was when some trans person was attacking him and they said something along the lines of, well, you wouldn't want to date me because I'm an attractive woman. And then Luna said some weird transphobic shit instead of just saying you're fucking ugly and that's why I wouldn't date you. Okay? So he said some weird transphobic slur or thing. I can't even remember the exact transphobic statement he said. But he insulted them on the basis of being trans and ugly instead of just saying that they're ugly or that he wouldn't date them because blah, blah, blah. So that was the first like sus moment. But like most people wrote that off because if you go into a guy's mention saying you wouldn't that they wouldn't date you because you're pretty, you are opening yourself to be insulted. But he shouldn't have insulted her that way, right? So we can all agree that was bad of him and he should have apologized and he never did, which was very suspicious. And people like me, like I DM'd him and I told him, yo, you should apologize for that. You can insult people who are coming at you weird without being a transphobe, right? And he just never apologized for that, which was not good, but it was like, okay, he was probably not intending to be transphobic, I suppose. He was probably just mad that they insulted him. So that's how I wrote it off. And then it's all this. This becomes public, and it's like, dude, you do this to yourself, I suppose. Like, that's all I have to say about the Lunar situation. So, just quick TLDR. Fuck Lunar for being a transphobic bigot, and fuck a whole bunch of you for being weird about people's likes on the Twitter. Like, a lot of people in the comments here are like, this guy's weird. This guy's just a weirdo. The dude would retweet and like some gross pictures of the Lucky Strike girl, so I'm not very surprised. Fuck you. Stop being a weirdo. Just say that he's a bigot. You don't have to make up reasons to dislike people if there's actual good reasons. A lot of you were making up reasons to dislike Luna before based on what he liked on Twitter. Now you have an actual good reason. An actual good reason. You just say that he's a transphobe. You don't hate to be like, oh, he likes lolly, so he's dangerous. Especially when some of you guys be playing F-Pen games. Like, you do know who Kimona is, right? You do know that this is the same guy with a picture of Lynn's belly button on his wall in his work office, right? So stop saying this shit, okay? Just say that Lunar is a transphobe, okay? That's it. I'm done. This is supposed to be quick, and I hope you guys have a better week than this community is going to have, because Lunar has poisoned the well for the F-Hand community for a very long time, starting from this.